President Obama ringing in the new year with a stronger economy, and his poll numbers are ticking up as gas prices fall dramatically. But with Republicans taking control of Congress, will the president see a political resurgence in 2015? Doug Schoen, former advisor to President Bill Clinton, Fox News contributor, also Genevieve Wood, senior contributor for the Daily Signal. She's also with the Heritage Foundation and here for a fair and balanced debate. Genevieve, I want to start with you on this. Is this a case of the rising tide lifting all ships? As the economy gets better, President Obama's poll numbers are bound to go up?
Well, I have to think it has something to do with the fact people haven't been paying attention to Washington over the past month. They've been busy with the holidays, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But that all changes next week when Congress comes back. And look, the things that Congress ran on, that Republicans won on, things like repealing Obamacare, checkmating the president, all these executive actions he wants to take, if they stick to their guns and do what they said they were going to do, I think this is going to be a tough year for President Obama.
Doug, you have a president who comes in, gas prices are way down, the Dow is right now at a record high. You're starting this year of 2015 with consumer confidence way up. It was James Carville who said the economy's stupid. The economy's doing pretty well. Does that give President Obama a lot more political maneuverability when it comes to this Republican-controlled Congress?
Not really, for the reasons that Genevieve suggested. The Republicans are going to be intransigent. Obama has shown no willingness or inclination to compromise. And if we get more gridlock, we're not going to get common ground on immigration reform legislation, or even something that's likely to come up next week, which is the Keystone Pipeline. So I think there may be a temporary blip up in the president's ratings as some of the base comes back. But I don't really see, with an economy that is still weak, where wages remain low and income inequality is very high, I don't see the president's numbers taking a decided turn for the better.
All right, Genevieve, if we get this intransigency that Doug is talking about, this gridlock here, who wins in this? Is it a lame duck president, or is it a Congress with Republicans, many of whom have their eye on the White House? Who comes out ahead in that?
Well, I think we'll see who actually does what they said they were going to do. I mean, I think voters clearly showed they were unhappy with the direction of the country. They made that clear in November. And I think what comes out of that is, will then Republicans do what they told voters they were going to do? And headed into a presidential election, it matters what the base thinks. It matters about those who always turn out to vote what they think. And so I think you're going to see Republicans, I hope we're going to see them, stick to their guns and be tough with their agenda. Yeah, President Obama may veto a few things. That's okay. You still should be doing what you said you were going to do, and then he can do what he wants to do.
Doug, how much does legacy play into this for the last 2 years of President Obama? Is he worried about policy? Is he worried about legacy? Is he worried about foreign policy, where conceivably he can make larger, broad strokes like he did with Cuba?
I think he's worried about all three, Leland. I think there's no inconsistency between being concerned about policy, which he certainly was when he did immigration with an executive order. I think he has said, both publicly and privately, that the Obamacare legislation is his greatest accomplishment, and you need only look around the globe at ISIS, the Middle East, North Korea, Iran, to realize that we have a full range of international problems, not to mention Russia and Ukraine. So we have huge problems. But let me, if I can just offer one view on New Year's Day, I don't think we need politicians sticking to our guns. I think we need conciliation and reconciliation to serve the interests of the American people. Because on a day like today, we're all Americans.
You do make a very good point. And in New Year's spirit, I'll give you the last word. We'll see if that actually continues for 2015, or whether we just all agree on that today.
Let's hope so, Leland. Let's hope so.
For the country's sake, indeed. Doug, Genevieve, really appreciate you guys both being with us.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Heather?
Happy